the truth, you wouldn't believe it. But this has been watered down. It is a truth. I need a chair. Skip, have you got a chair handy there by any chance, please, mate? Oh, Skip's not there. Oh, hello there. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Hey!
It's the venue playing you or am I playing you tonight?
Trevor!
Okay, in that case, we'll have the chair in the right place. Could you just move it over to the left just a fraction? No, just back a little bit this way. And just back a fraction for me, just back a fraction. That's brilliant, thanks ever so much, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks, Trevor. Who was that? Thanks, Trevor. Right, now, this goes back to 1985, which was a pivotal year in my life. Because it was, believe it or not, it was the last year that I was drinking, because the old doctors told me that if I carried on drinking, I'd be dead in 6 months. And I thought, I quite like it here, and I like people, and I like music, and I like my family. So I gave up, so it was my last year of drinking, and it's been a long time now, and I'm bloody thirsty. But this story, it does affect drinking. Back then, in 1985, on Saturdays when I had a day off, one of my days off when I was at home, I had a pretty strict routine. I'd go and play golf in the morning with my mates, and then after I played golf with them, I would go down to Camberley, which was a little town I lived in, and I'd go to an Italian restaurant and I'd have a nice little Italian meal. Then I'd go down to the Camberley Town Football Club, where I was the chairman, and I'd watch them lose. They lost every single week without fail. They brought a whole new meaning to the word crap. They really were dreadful. But, you know, it was my local team, so I supported them. This particular Saturday, it was in April 1985, I went off, played golf, came back into town, and believe it or not, for reasons I don't know to this day, the Italian restaurant was shut. And the only thing that was open was a very dodgy Indian restaurant, and it really was dodgy. Even the dogs used to walk 3 streets away. They were very, very terrible. But I was hungry. So I went in there, and I'm sure you've all done it. You've been eating them and go, I shouldn't be eating this. I'm going to regret this. And as it's going down, my stomach's sending me messages going, please, no, this is not going to be good. And the messages are spreading down into the intestine and into the bowel region. They're going, no. Anyway, I ate it, and I thought, that'll be all right. So I went down to the football club, watched us lose, as we always did. And I had been the chairman. I had to entertain the opposing chairman and the directors in the boardroom afterwards. So we're all in there, and I said, oh, congratulations on your win. And he said, oh, thank you, Rick. He said, I thought our 9th goal was a little lucky, but... and at that moment, I had that horrible gripe feeling that you get. So I went, He said, are you all right, Rick? I said, no. I said, I've had a really dodgy curry, and it's going through me like a Ferrari. I'm in real trouble. He said, well, do you want to go and use the toilet? I said, not at the football club now. I said, this is going to be a big job. I said, this is home with a newspaper, magazine, usual things, mobile phone. And he said, off you go. I said, thanks, I'm sorry. I went outside, I got in the car, and I only lived a mile from my house up the road, and it's a 30-mile-an-hour limit. And I was in a line of traffic, and we're all doing 35, and there was a policeman on the corner a bit further up with his radar gun. He's letting everybody go by, not me, you, him. So I pulled in into this cul-de-sac, only half a mile from home. And he wasn't a local policeman, because I knew the local policeman. And he said, have you been to Camberley Town Football Club? I said, yeah. He said, have you had a drink? I said, I've had a brandy and a beer. He went, well, you've admitted you've had an alcoholic drink, so I'm going to give you the alcohol breath test. I said, okay, fine. So he gave me the test. He said, you failed by 1 point, but that's a failure. I went, right. He said, I've organised for a car to come and pick us up, take us to the police station. I went, right, okay, all right, Rocky. So I'm standing there, and a gripe feeling hit me. I went, He said, you all right? I went, no. I said, I've had a very dodgy car, and I'm in serious trouble. It's going to come out any minute now. I said, look, the police station's only 200 yards away. I can walk to it. He went, no, you'll stay there. I said, can I go to somebody's house and use their loo? He went, no. So I'm standing there, I'm in real trouble now. And another policeman turned up his bike. It's one I knew, a local guy, Murray. He said, everything all right, Rick? I said, no. I said, I just failed the breath test by 1 point. He said, oh, normally they give you a 10% leeway. I said, this geezer hasn't. He said, well, there's nothing I can do about that now. He said, but everything else right? I said, no. I said, I've had a really dodgy Indian. But he said, you've been to the Raj? And I went, yeah. He went, we're closing that down next week. And I went, oh, bloody hell. I said, it's closing me down at the moment. I'm in real trouble. I said, he won't let me walk to the police station. And I said, I'll tell you, if he doesn't let me lose somebody's loo in a minute, I said, I'm going to drop my trousers and do it here on his motorbike. I really don't. He went, no, don't do that. I'll have a word. He went over and had a word with this guy. Not a nice manager. He came back and he puts me in this arm lock and he marches me across the road to this woman's house where she's standing on the doorstep. And he said, madam, do you have a downstairs toilet? She said, yes. He said, I'm commandeering it for the use of my prisoner. So we walk in, she said, it's in there. He went, you stay there, don't move. So he goes in to inspect the loo. I don't know what he thought I was going to do, hide around the U-bend or something dark. So he went, right, in you go, son. So I go in and I go to shut the door and he puts his size 14 boot in the door. He says, you're not shutting the door. I said, you've got no idea what's coming, have you? So I go in there, I take my trousers off and I'm sitting down, I'm thinking, this is absolutely bloody ridiculous. Here I am in a stranger's toilet, having been arrested by the police, having a dumb after a dodgy curry, there's a policeman's size 14 boot in the door. Nothing else can possibly happen. And at that exact moment, through the crack in the door, came my Journey to the Centre of the Earth album cover. And this woman's voice said, will you sign it for my son Trevor? Until 2 years ago, that was where the story finished. But 2 years ago, I was out doing the Piano Portraits tour, and I was signing some stuff for some people after us, and the guy had a load of albums, I'm signing them. I went, oh, I've signed that one, he would read it. I went, oh, to Jeffrey, I'm sitting on your mum's toilet. So I actually got to meet Jeffrey, which was great. Anyway, there is a relationship between all of that and the very last piece. I did a follow-up to Journey to the Centre of the Earth called Return to the Centre of the Earth, which of course my great friend Trevor over there would kindly played on for me. And if any of you fancy going across country to Philly next spring, we look like doing the whole of Journey, and we're all together in the orchestra and choir, the whole kitchen set. So if you fancy well, that's 6 of you anyway. Anyway, I did the album Return to the Centre of the Earth, and on it was a track which I really enjoyed doing, a piano piece called Dance for 1,000 Lights, which I did with full orchestra and choir. And as you can see, due to budget restrictions, they ain't here tonight. But I wanted to do it very much here at the theatre. And so what I did, I went back into the studio and I recorded the orchestra and choir without me. Which means, so here, for the very first time in Los Angeles, I can play for you Dance for 1,000 Lights karaoke.